Hello, and welcome to Stanton Gossip. Masa is back. I don't have to talk to myself. Welcome back, Masa.
You managed it for 45 minutes from what I saw. That's
Yeah, I don't expect that.
Stretch of talking to yourself.
I mean, you left, and a lot of content dropped immediately, so I blame you for that.
I have to catch up, and that's kind of one of the going to be the theme of this particular Standard Gossip episode. Is I've been way out of service area, so I haven't watched or really caught up on anything. So,
it's gonna be like a slower episode in general, and
yeah.
One reason is you were not around to check things, and I did. But I honestly, like, there on YouTube, I don't find anything very like original or anything. I don't know, man. Like, it's just like all the same stuff, and I don't know. I'm not really. Sometimes I just even have to like push myself to watch some of this stuff, and then there were a couple of candidates, but then. And we talked about this before the show, and then there was always something that was like, I don't want to promote this for this or that reason.
But Alysianah, her video came out.
Yes,
that's worth promoting.
It's great news, actually. I kind of forgot to promote this last time, and so Ali's back. If you guys don't know Alysianah Noire, she's an amazing voice actor, storyteller.
Yeah, just overall probably one of the kindest and
such a nice person,
most grounded people in the Star Citizen community. So yeah,
and honest. Like, she loves Star Citizen, but she's honest about it. Like, you'll hear her when she's troubled by it and whatnot. So yeah, definitely her new series, new old series, Casual Citizen. She was like playing around with like voice
doing some of her like stories and stuff like that. Yeah.
But it's like a whole, it's like a magazine basically. So she goes through, like, actually the latest one, she also touches on New World and whatnot, and but then she goes through like some like kind of like almost a news or catch up kind of, and then the second part is always like audiobook, almost fiction. Yeah, and it's in episodes.
Like,
it's really good.
I haven't watched this one yet because, like I said, I've been in a place where I can't watch any videos and stuff like that. But the first one, at first, like when she started doing that format, and like it was like kind of like a here's where I'm at, here's kind of an update, and then she jumped into the fiction aspect. I was like, it was a little bit jarring at first. I was like, whoa, because I didn't expect that. But
it's an old format actually, so.
I like it. Yeah, I like that format. And so the second video here, I guess in the description is the link.
It's so different. It's like a whole package that you don't expect. It's like a whole medium. I don't know. It's cool.
I haven't watched it yet, but it's definitely on my list.
Listen, Alysianah, if you guys don't know about her, like, she kind of had a lot of like troublesome past like year or two, especially with COVID and everything and health problems. So she was a little bit out of the loop, but before that, like when I just started playing the game, people talked about her as someone, like everyone knows, like the older community knows Alysianah for multiple reasons. And then at some point she just showed up in my streams. I was like, I know you. And every time she's there, it's just such a heartwarming conversation with this person. She's just such a nice person, man. Like, beautiful experience. So link in the description, obviously.
Click it, show your support, etc. Because it's
and just like us, like, she just does it for fun and for the love of the game and all that. She's not like making money off it or anything like that. So yeah, check it out. You might really like it.
Super fun. Yeah, I've now that I kind of have got a feel for what the format is, I'm like actually pretty excited for this next video. So yeah. But I mean, I guess on that topic, and I'll do this now instead of later on in the video, I guess, because we're struggling to find YouTube content. If any of you guys have stuff that you've watched and you thought is cool or whatever, feel free to throw that in the comments here, and we're always happy to kind of have more stuff to talk about. We'll try to remember to watch it and maybe throw a shout out in the next episode.
We'll watch it for sure, 100%.
I got it for sure.
I got one about server meshing from, I think, Rev. No, it was someone else in my Discord, but I disagree with a lot of things that they say. So I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
don't take it personally. Don't take it personally.
Exactly. Like we definitely want to watch it, but then in the end, it's our show, and yeah, we have to make a final call. And sometimes it sucks, man. But like, anyways, like I'm happy to watch everything that comes our way for sure.
Yeah. At the very minimum, we're just hungry for YouTube content. So please help us out,
bro. All right.
On that note, we move on to Twitter. Hey.
Yeah, let's go. There's a new. You remember, like, well, you don't have to remember. It was like really recently when New World came out and all the content creators just like jumped the ship technically, and it was kind of like not really taken in the best way from like the wider, louder community. Yeah, but who cares, right? Like, people had fun, and I actually enjoyed a bunch of these, like especially Cutlet and Noodle playing together with like two completely different like mindsets, but like playing together for long hours. It was. I never know like which stream to watch, and I was laughing my butt off. They're amazing. Yeah. So they
have good chemistry for sure.
And who would say, you know? So there's this new trend, and that's some of the bigger YouTubers are sharing their comments that come from YouTube, and then they actually, what they do is on their streams, they're like reading these idiotic comments, honestly, for content. So they're turning like trolls to content, which I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, like, part of me is like, this is actually a good way to fight it, right? Because
well, that's the first thing I was gonna say is like, it's actually proven that like public shaming is a very effective way of ensuring kind of good behavior in certain situations.
You also get some confirmation of it. You're not crazy, because and I'll read the one, like, so the one that we're sharing, but there's more. You can find it from Space Tomato and SaltEMike and whatnot. But Paul Shelley, Astropub, linked. There's just, he hid the name, but I'm sure you can go and check it. But the comment is horrible video. You guys suck. And that's it. That's the whole comment. Like, there's nothing to get out of this to make it better or whatever. It's not like, this is not even criticism. It's straight up bullshit. Like, what do you do with this?
You don't. And that's like, but the frustrating thing is, and this is something that, I mean, I don't have a ton of experience with. You have more experience than I do in this case. But like, everybody says, don't read the comments, don't read the troll, don't feed the trolls, don't take anything personally, develop a thick skin and stuff like that. And like, there's merit to that advice, but at the end of the day, when you put yourself out there and you put something out on the internet that you're proud of, or that like that you feel is good enough to kind of release to the public at the very least, and somebody shits all over it, especially when it's stupid like this, it kind of stings. But I like this as kind of a way to kind of turn it around, like you said, get some kind of some like, you're not crazy. You're exactly. Not like maybe I don't suck, you know what I mean? Like, if you can get some kind of like assurance from usually everybody who's not
in your stream, like, you're usually in sort of a safe space. You never are, but you know what I mean, like. But then here's the thing, like, think about it this way. Star Citizen community is kind of small compared to some other gigantic games. Imagine doing something like this, like publicly showing this and talking about it for like Fork Knife, right? That's or League of Legends or something like that, and World of Warcraft. Like, that could backfire quickly, because if you think about it, you're one person fighting those who don't like you. And maybe you're surrounded by your community, and you can have thousands, but there's always more trolls than you can, you know what I mean? Like, people could turn your channel into a complete shit show of like stupid comments, right?
Okay,
it could be rough, right?
But how much you highlight that obviously is up to you as a content creator. So I guess if you were memeing this content in front of like an audience of hundreds of thousands of people, and you were doing it regularly as a source of content, people might start basically trolling you by trolling you badly, or like trying to get you to like react to something in a way that turns more people against you than it than it wins. But ultimately, like, this isn't new, man. I mean, like Saturday Night Live, celebrities read mean tweets is a thing that's been around for years now, and I think this is just basically that.
I mean, it's fun. You know what was fun to me? Like, I saw Paul do this, and I did not really have any feelings about his tweet. But when I saw the comment, I was like, what fucking moron writes this? You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with it? And then I scroll down and I see SaltEMike Space Tomato. Like, you see these people who are, and they're agreeing, and they're like, yeah, like idiots or whatever. And I don't know. It's kind of,
you might as well, right? Have some fun with it. If that's what helps you kind of like get over the fact that at the end of the day, you are a person on the other side of the camera, and like when people are saying shitty things, it sucks. Some days it rolls off you, but some days you're having a hard time and it hits you harder than it should.
Yeah.
So people they can kind of use this as a way to well, I think they should be listing names here. I don't think they should be like blacking them out. But like if you can use it, if you can turn around and use it as something that kind of like helps you kind of get through that, sure, it's fun. It's the shit people say on the internet is funny sometimes. So
I actually think that's gonna change with time. Like in Asia, you already like have to have your like whatever, like social security number or whatever the fuck, and you like if you have to stand behind your words just like on the street. And it's gonna fuck up internet in one way, but it's gonna make it a better place in the other, because fuck it, like we live in this like cyberspace.
This is nowadays a big topic.
We're not gonna go into that
anonymity and stuff like that. But like,
but you know what's funny?
In a way, I agree with you. Like anonymity can go way too far on. We've seen it in multiple occasions go way too far on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it is that sense of anonymity that makes people feel like they have the ability to do that, and get away with it essentially without repercussions. But
this kind of goes into Star Citizen as well. And I mentioned this once, I don't remember if you remember, but like Lost Ark that Amazon just brought to us here in Europe and States is a 5-year-old game sorry, I think it's a Korean ARPG MMO. I mean, I think it's Korean. I don't know where it was developed. And in Asia, it's playable. But that's the thing. Like, you have, in order to play it, you need to do the same thing. You cannot have 2 accounts. You can have only one,
right?
Because it's connected to your whatever, like your ID basically. And this goes back to like what we were talking about. Like, obviously Star Citizen is not going to do this, right? Because we can already have like multiple accounts. But we talked about this, like Death of a Spaceman and everything, and I always sort of like alt accounts and bullying and whatnot. But this might be the future of gaming, where it's a game and everything, but you gotta be smart about it. You can't be like racist or sexist in a game, because you can end up in jail or something. And you know what? I'm up for that shit. Like, come on. Like,
for the most egregious examples, sure.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, some people probably disagree, whatever, but it's just my take, obviously.
Sure. Comments below, blah blah blah. Like I said, we're usually pretty active in the comments, and tell us what you think about that. But speaking of sexism, this is kind of where I wanted to jump into a tweet by Def B, I think her name was. She was on the latest SISC. So yeah, Steph B. She was the person they did that like dev spotlight on, who, she talked about like her job, kind of like how she, like her history, how she came to be at CIG, stuff like that. It was actually really cool. I enjoyed the episode for sure. But
can I interrupt you for just a moment?
Sure.
And I'll let you continue. Maso just came back, so he did not even get to watch the Straight Outta Stanton, where I broke this down. And I also said that we're going to talk about this in Gossip, because it is this is where it is. But because I broke down, because it's ISC, and there's one thing that I disagree with this. Like, I kind of feel like ISC is not the place where you present us with developers and other personnel of CIG. It's more of like SCL, right? But then she came up with so many actual, right, like things that like I don't want to say news, but like actual like information about stuff that she worked on. That it actually kind of was good.
Exactly. Yeah. Like a lot of what she was saying, she tied into the game and like what she was
near
doing,
future
and stuff like that.
or past, and like so I liked it. At first I was like, not that I didn't like what like her being there or anything. It was just like, I see. I always have this issue, but then as it went on, I was like, you know what, this is cool, man. I don't know. It was good.
I know you talked about this already on
it's okay.
on Stanton and stuff, but like I see where you're coming from there, and I think probably if this was something that started becoming like every second episode or like every third episode, I might kind of be like, okay, maybe this isn't the forum for that. Maybe this should be like a separate kind of a show instead of taking up an ISC slot for that. But at any rate, you're right. Like this one, you know, like at least she tied a bunch of stuff into the game. Yeah, like give you an idea about like, you know, at least a little bit about like what a producer does in a game company and stuff like that. And at any rate, it was good. But YouTube being YouTube and all the anonymity and stuff like that that's provided on there was some shitty fucking sexist comments on there.
What a shit show, dude.
And it was just fucking gross. So she made a post on Twitter about this and kind of just was like, I'll just fucking read it. She basically says like, you never feed the trolls in the comments, but like, just to be clear, the origin story segment was an interviewer asking me their questions. I wasn't just, quote, talking about myself because I thought it would be fun to go out and brag. And also, like, hi, I'm a real person, so be nice.
Maybe.
And
this is exactly what I said. Like, she did not choose to come to ISC. It's not her idea, dude. You know what I mean? Like, she's just doing her job. Someone asked her, she was like, sure, if you think it's gonna be okay. I mean, this is me imagining, right? And then she did it because Jared asked her, or Tyler, or whoever else, like someone we don't know, right? It doesn't
interviews matter. Work. You dumbasses. So, people ask questions and then they just film the answers and then edit them together. But like, I already made a Twitter post about this before I left for camping because I was fucking mad about it.
I did it.
But like this right here is an illustration of like just general misogyny in the gaming community, and we don't need more fucking examples of this. It's sad. And in the society as a whole, it's like a woman opens her mouth and people are like, why are you talking so much? Like, fuck you guys, you know?
It's so
like,
sad, dude. Like
if this was a guy on there, I guarantee you there'd be none of this, like, oh, she's so full of herself, oh, she's talking about herself a lot, blah blah blah. Like, fuck off. Just fuck off. That's all I have to say.
You know, I'm not native in English, and to me, I watched this and I was like, whoa, someone really opened herself like completely, you know, her whole story to us, and that's kind of wholesome, man. And it's almost like well, this will tie into the next tweet. Well, from my perspective, it was almost like, because there was a time, and I still might try eventually to become I don't know, not like part of some community management team for a game that I feel like working for, or whatever. This is just like random, but these are the inspirational things where you see like, okay, so she was just, you know, another gamer who ended up, well, obviously with diploma and everything. I'm not saying like, you know what I mean, but an experience and all. But like she just ended up a gamer here, and
it wasn't a gaming focused kind of degree that she got. It was like a business degree, and you know, and she just applied it in the direction that she, you know, that she loved in a place that she was passionate about. And I just think that's awesome.
It just sucks, bro. I'm glad to see shitloads of supportive messages as well, including yours and mine. And I think it helps her, because a lot of people will actually be like, hey, not everyone feels like this. There's some idiots on the internet, and she knows that for sure. But
this is kind of it, right? Like this is a person who got asked to come in front of a camera.
Well,
it's not her fucking job. It's not her profession. It's like, you know, like it's, you know, like she's not necessarily accustomed to kind of like being this much in the public view, and to have it and gain, like, just to have her being shit on because you know, she's,
you know what else?
She's female, is like,
she's not getting paid for this either, probably.
No, fuck, you know, like she came out there probably because because they asked her to. Anyways, I mean, we can't speculate on that. But like you said, second tweet kind of helps to balance the scales a little bit.
Yeah, so she literally cropped a bunch of YouTube comments and said the second one is the one that makes sense. And this person said, just make a note, Steph's origin story has inspired me, and maybe, just maybe, I can work on video games after all. Edit, thanks for revealing this industry to me, Disco. The SC content is amazing. Which, that edit. But, and her comment to this, hey, but actually there's nothing better than this. And then a couple of emojis that are crying with like happiness.
Second comment comment actually killed me, man. And like that right there, right? Like, again, like we were talking about just now, like it's a situation where she, where again, like she didn't start down her career path being a video game designer and ended up or being involved in video games and ended up there. And then like that comment right there, just you could see that's kind of the same gears turning, right? Like, I didn't think I could work on video games, and yet here you go, here's an example of that happening. So
for regular human
cool.
working for Star Citizen and is connected to some crazy names and whatnot, you can do it. And I know how this feels. One day I woke up and a friend of mine, she called me, we worked together before, and she was like, hey, I'm working on a movie here in Serbia that is produced by Luc Besson. Would you drive him around Belgrade? I'm like, wait, the Luc Besson, the big blue guy? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, taxi guy? She's like, yeah, you want to work or not? I'm like, damn right, I want to work. I didn't ask for money or anything. And these things like inspire you for the rest of your life and everything. And this is another story like this. It's like, she made it, like, I don't know. It's just be better human beings, guys. Like, don't, if you're that person, don't be that person. Come on.
Yeah. Be like this other person. Lift people up, don't tear people down, especially check check why you're making these comments. But
maybe
okay, rant over.
Maybe there was a person like next in line for a producer position.
Oh yeah, maybe they're just because she got the job and she didn't.
Okay, that was a long run, but you know what? I think it deserves it. It's very important. I think we're a better community than that, and I'm glad it. And again, kudos to like big content creators, man. Like, people just jumped in, man. Like, you can see all the names there supporting her and everything. Doesn't matter if you like that episode or not. What the fuck is it? It's another human being. Like, come on, man. It's fuck.
I was a lot more restrained in my Twitter post, but there you go. There's the way I actually feel about it.
Fuck it, dude. I feel the same. We're not monetized, so we can say whatever the fuck we want. Almost.
Yep.
Feels good. All right, so a couple more. You can go with this one. I'll take the next one.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So SaltEMike post on Twitter, again, just being SaltEMike, and it's funny. Just click it. It's funny, just click it. I don't really want to ruin it. All I'm gonna say about it is that I'm really surprised at the comments. I expected this sort of a post to like really bring the White Knights out in force, but
I think White Knights gave up on SaltEMike.
Maybe, yeah. But
it's true. It's funny. I agree.
It's funny.
It's so good.
I mean, like, obviously,
it's a seasonal tweet as well.
Like, as anybody knows, SaltEMike is generally a pretty reasonable dude, but like with a lot of people, including us lately, like,
it's hard.
Star Citizen can get pretty tough sometimes. But so this is a little bit of salt, but it's like, it's funny though. So click on it and laugh. I'm not going to go too much into it because it's
healthy amount of salt.
Funny. Just click on it. It's funny. And very appropriate.
The next one is like super wholesome. I did not expect this. I watch Captain Berks every now and then. He streams before I go to bed, and I'm usually playing something else or setting up the video or something like that. And I have him in the background because I don't know, it's kind of funny. Like, people tease him about his hair and whatnot. It's just like, and he knows like, he's playing the game. He knows everything about the game. So I pick up a lot of stuff from him, and he did not like, he's a nice guy, you figure out the longer you spend there, you figure out he's a really nice guy, just streaming and and sharing. He shares a lot of his private life as well, and his struggles, which I appreciate and all that. And then I saw his tweet. Well, there were two tweets technically. The first one, he was like, guys, you know, I need your positive energy, yara yara. He wants to adopt this three-legged dog, man. Like people don't do this. We need to do this more. And this is like the cutest little doggo. Fuck, man. I went to sleep and I read this and I started crying. My eyes are teary right now. Like, you gotta be a bigger person to do this. Like, and if you look at this dog, man, it's the happiest little thing in the world. Like, it's so
he's
cute.
so happy right now.
Oh my God.
So happy in these pictures.
And so he had to, I don't know how it works in the States. Like, here, if you do something like that in Serbia, you can just get it, right? It's not a big deal. No one wants, like, I had a Dalmatian who was kicked out because her spots were too dense or something, which is not good for like pedigree or whatever the fuck. And we picked her up from the streets after she was hit by a car, and we had her for like 15 years. She was the best dog in the world. I will always miss this dog, man. And they usually repay with so much. But I guess he has to go through some process, and he applied for this dog, and then the second he got it, he got the dog, and it's so funny to me. He said, confirmed he does have 3 legs, but he, for some reason, he wasn't 25% off. And I find that so funny. I mean, like, when you do something like this, you deserve to joke about it. And there's some high quality pictures of this beautiful
dog,
thing, man.
Beautiful dog. So I don't know, like, I'm not exactly sure how it is in the States, but I know that up here in Canada we kind of had to do a similar thing, because we were our most recent dog was a rescue from a sled dog team up in Thunder Bay. And when sled dog teams, it's a whole thing. When they decide they're going to downsize or whatever, they just shoot the dogs. Like, they don't.
Oh my God. Fuck.
So basically, but like because these dogs are, you know, like, they're not your average dog, they require a little bit more specialized care and stuff like that. So the societies that take these guys on and try to adopt them out have a little bit of a vetting process to make sure that the people who are going to be adopting them know what they're getting into, as far as like any potential behavioral issues that are potentially arise, or even financial, if they're going to require like additional medical support and stuff like that. So again, like, I'm not certain how they do it down in the States, but that would be kind of like my guess about like why there's a bit of a process in this case.
We had people like taking dogs and cats, and then just after some time of dealing with them, just like throw them on the streets. And I think that's also like, you have to pass like a sanity check or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so like in this case, like you know, with 3 legs, like, this dog long term is probably going to have some joint issues or whatever because of their medical conditions. So like, I could see that kind of like screening process is just making sure that you know what you're getting into. You know, like, this is not your average dog. This is potentially a dog that is going to have some more expensive kind of care needs down the road, and you have to basically kind of be screened to, so that they can at least have an idea that you know and are capable of actually adopting.
And you can always
dogs.
have complications with this and whatnot.
Yeah,
but he looks like above average dog
so
to
happy.
me. So
Look at him. He's super
I love
healthy.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, kudos to
dog.
Berks, man. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like, super nice guy doing super nice things. Amazing. Obviously, he's only doing this to score some, relationship, but that's fine. If the dog is happy, I don't care. Now he has the dog and a haircut. So I mean, he just needs to stop playing games. I mean, his haircut is always like, spot on.
Yeah.
All right.
That was cool. That definitely is a feel good post. So click on that, because the dog is adorable, and just, you can tell, like, super happy to be going home with Mr. Berks there. So
what are we turning into though? That one was about the dog, and then the next one is it's not about the cat, but
no, but it's kind of about the cat. Okay, so next,
because of the cat, right?
So next post is Star Citizen related, but there's a cat involved. But also like talented talented artists, basically. I don't know, click on them, they're cool pictures. It's a picture of the Connie, I don't know if it's a Connie Taurus necessarily, but
I think it's Taurus.
It's like a cool, like, comic booky kind of like watercolor
Dude, have you ever tried like using watercolors?
Yeah, they're so hard. Oh my god,
I know,
was terrible
right?
at watercolors.
But this person is a fucking magician, honestly.
So good, yeah.
And then
just
the
kind
cat,
of
the
like
cat helps, obviously.
Yeah, totally. The pictures are kind of like a step by step on like, you know, as they're drawing it, and then obviously the cat is helping, and then you get the kind of the finished shot of it as well. It's really cool. It's cool. So definitely click on that one, throw them a like or them a like because yeah, it's cool picture. I love art like this, and I really like Star Citizen kind of related art. There's been a couple that I've seen that have been like really cool, like to the point where like I would actually like a print of that, you know, like there's somebody who's kind of like taking like SC concept art and then doing like cool kind of like I don't know, just basically working them over in Photoshop. And I know that sounds cheesy or whatever, but they look spectacular. And if those came out on like a wall print or whatever, I would like one of those for sure.
Would you take this one though?
For a wall print, no. But like that's not what this is, right? Like that's, you know.
I would. It's a Taurus though. You don't like constellations.
Oh, it is a Taurus. Yeah. No. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I wouldn't buy this or whatever. Just like,
no. I was just throwing it there because of
like
the ship.
For like, oh yeah.
You know what? I would have it like here or something like
that's
that.
What
like
I mean.
On the wall
yeah, like
cool.
like something like a small frame print or like I don't know, even like a sticker of this or something for sure. Yeah.
I used to have my father's and people ask like, oh, what is that? And then I would bring it to the camera and then it's nice and whatnot. It's kind of cool. I don't know.
But I don't know, like I know I'm not shy of my criticism of the Constellation, but like
it looks good, dude.
I've been upfront about the fact that the Constellation was probably one of my first loves in Star Citizen, and the only reason I'm salty about it was because for so long it just was outshone by pretty much every other ship. So at least now that the Connie's getting some work, you know, like
did you get hyped by watching that ad? A little bit?
I kind of did, yeah, I did.
It's
because
good.
I
love it.
Yeah. Well, I love that style of video, right? Like that, like the old ship commercials where they're kind of like a car commercial.
Yep.
So yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
All right. Anyways, well, I actually thought it's gonna be a shorter episode of Stanton Gossip, but like it's two
and
of
then
us.
We went on a couple rants, and then ranted about a dog for a while.
Why not? Who cares?
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to sign us off?
We can do what we want.
Yep. You want to go for another 3 hours? I'm kidding. It's 4 a.m. Fuck that.
Yeah. Go to bed. Okay. Yeah. If you like this sort of stuff, throw us a like. We're a small channel and we just kind of like do this for fun, but it still feels kind of good when people like and subscribe, see the numbers go up, feels good, whatever. If you like long form podcast content, on Sunday we do a very long form podcast, typically around the 3-4 hour mark. We stream that on my channel, twitch.tv/massacast, but you can also catch it here on Straight Outta Stanton. Yeah, if you have, like I said earlier in the episode, if you have cool or funny stuff that you've kind of seen that's Star Citizen related or whatever, feel free to throw it in the comments. We typically have a pretty good comment section going on, and thanks for everybody who does that. It's fun and entertaining. I like kind of checking in on it.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
Healthy conversations. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
We can disagree and have a healthy conversation. I like that.
Yeah, I think there's only been one person who's been just a rank ass, or maybe two.
Maybe we need to like bring them up, like, you know, the comments on the show.
We'll do our own.
All right, have a great rest of your week. Hump day is over. You're closer to Friday than to Monday, and then enjoy the weekend. And we'll see you all on Sunday with Straight Outta Stanton. Have a great one. Take care. Bye.
Bye.